I'm going to start this video by asking all of you a question. Why the hell am I, an art channel, making a video about the 2026 hockey playoffs? And why is this the third video in a row where I'm wearing a Habs shirt? I'm going to tell you why. Because I have something very special to share with the Montreal Canadiens, if you're listening, and with all of the fans of the Montreal Canadiens that may right now be feeling a little bit exhausted, discouraged, and overwhelmed. For the last 3 games, the Carolina Hurricanes, the Canes, have had Montreal in a stranglehold. They've really been playing a tough game, and Montreal doesn't seem to be able to get that momentum going, get that confidence back, and Montreal might tonight face their elimination. There's a very good chance that this will happen tonight. And the reason I wanted to make this video is because something really, really special is happening to me and to many other people out there. To give you a little context on my background, I played hockey growing up. I was a big hockey fanatic growing up. But I'm 50 years old. And what that means to all of you listening is I'm a spoiled brat. Because I was raised during the time that I was playing and I really watched hockey religiously was during the days of Guy Lafleur and Patrick Roy and Wayne Gretzky. I'm spoiled. I was playing hockey at the time where Montreal didn't seem to not be able to win a Stanley Cup. We just won and won and won, no matter what. And then I reached a certain point in my life where I didn't want to make hockey my life, and I discovered art, and I got into other things, and I built a career around that kind of stuff. And over the years, to be completely honest with you, I forgot about hockey. I wasn't watching it. I didn't know who was playing. I really wasn't interested. I had other interests and stuff like that. And that lack of engagement and lack of interest has lasted the last 25 years. I really haven't cared much about hockey. I'd watch the odd match here and then, but nothing special. But this year, something special happened. This year, I care again. And that's the whole point of this video. Right now, a lot of hockey fans, for understandable reasons, are frustrated. They want the Canadiens to push. They're blaming this person. They're blaming that person. They're saying Dobish is doing all of the work. And why aren't they? What's with the lineup? They need to change the lineup. And Martin Saint-Louis isn't. Maybe he's not coaching properly and all this kind of stuff. And people are trying to figure out what's what. And a lot of people are saying they aren't playoff quality. They don't have the pedigree to be in the playoffs right now. Ironically, despite the fact that Montreal is now fighting the Hurricanes in their 5th game in the Eastern Conference Finals. So take that as you will, the fact that they've reached this point so far already. Montreal have accomplished something that they haven't been able to accomplish in the last 30 years of my life. Remember, coming from the perspective of a spoiled brat who's had Stanley Cups handed to him on a silver platter by the Montreal Canadiens. They have given us hope back. They've given us hope that I don't know how they did it. I don't know how the fuck they did it over the last several years, how they've managed to change coaches and restructure and acquire different players and come together as this team that have been able to fire up their fans as much as they have. I'm not just seeing fans in the stands. I'm seeing people who can see a light at the end of the tunnel. And whether they accomplish it this year or next year or the year after that, what they've accomplished is earning my commitment to standing by them until they win. And that's a big fucking deal, because for the last several decades of my life, I legitimately haven't had a reason to give a shit. And whoever wins the Stanley Cup, I wasn't even watching. I didn't even know who won. I didn't care. But now I do. And now I do feel the pride of being a Montrealer. I feel the pride of knowing that the Montreal Canadiens are the original hockey team. The original of the original 6. I can't express my excitement enough. I am so on board. This artist is now a hockey fan again. And man, it brings back so much nostalgia and so much love for the team and so much love for the city and so much love for the culture. Montreal, the Montreal Canadiens are a beacon of that pride, of what makes Montreal such an amazing city, one of the best places on earth. You've already accomplished that, whether you win or lose tonight. You've already won in my eyes. While we're on the subject of the hockey playoffs, let me give a shout out to the Carolina Hurricanes and their amazing fans. I want to express my gratitude to your team. You are doing more good for the Montreal Canadiens and for hockey in general than you might realize. You are not winning right now because you play dirty. You're not winning right now because you're bullies. You're not winning right now because you're cheaters. You're winning right now because you are a fucking awesome team. That how organized, how tight, how on the puck, how vigilant you guys are. And it's just pure, clean, quality hockey. And the reason why I'm showing gratitude to you guys, despite how much I love my home team and I want them to win, is because you exemplify one of my favorite Stoic quotes of all times. Montreal are not victims right now. You are not making victims of the Montreal Canadiens. What you are an exceptional sparring partner. And if anybody knows anything about battle, about war, about rivalry, about competition, about winning, is that you can't get better unless you get in the ring with a very, very skilled sparring partner. I would not be sharing this message with Boston, because from my experiences over the years, Boston would win that by beating the crap out of their opposing team, by just smashing them against the boards and damaging them so much they couldn't play anymore. They do have skill, but that skill was very often overshadowed by their bulliness. But Carolina aren't bullies. They're just fucking awesome hockey players. And they've earned Montreal's respect. They've earned my respect. And in my opinion, Montreal should be incredibly grateful for this experience, because what you're doing is you're taking an incredible team like the Montreal Canadiens and you're helping them to get better. You're finding the cracks, the leaks in their structure, and you're taking advantage of it, and you're saying, hey guys, if you want to beat us, you're going to have to learn how to get over that shit, because until you do, we are going to suffocate you until you don't even know your name. And I think that is the best learning experience for Montreal. I don't feel doomed for Montreal. I feel that Carolina is helping us to become better. They keep talking about maturity, the maturity of our team, because we're all young. They're all my daughter's age. They're all like, between 20 and 24 years old. Dobish just turned 25 a couple of days ago. Well, this is the best kind of mentor we could possibly ask for. So Carolina, you guys fucking kick ass. Thank you. And in Montreal, in my opinion, no matter what happens today, yeah, I know you've had a couple of hard games, and I know you guys are all taking accountability. Hudson saying I fucked up. Hudson didn't fuck anything up. And if you're running out of gas, you're running out of gas. And if you're running out of gas, well, you know what to do next. Work on your fucking cardio, Remember, il y a seulement un Guy Lafleur qui peut fêter toute la soirée avant, puis fumer un paquet de cigarettes, puis avoir un hat-trick le lendemain. There's only one Guy Lafleur who can smoke a pack of cigarettes and party the night before and still have a hat trick the next day. But the standards have changed, haven't they? And if cardio's an issue, if they're outgassing you because they've got more energy, then just don't eat a fucking pizza before the match. All right? You'll be fine. You've got a lot of years ahead of you to get your cardio in check. If you're being gassed, well, then that's the next défi. That's the next challenge you have to face. But you have my fucking word, Montreal. You may be having a hard time right now, but you've taken this old fucker over here, this spoilt brat, and made me a believer again. You've renewed our hope. You've renewed our faith. And you've renewed our pride in being Montreal. I have your back, guys. And I'm going to be back next year when you win. Go Habs.